Okay. Good morning, good evening, financial hikers. Welcome to our today's show. We are glad to have everybody who had planned to watch this show today. And again, this is a wonderful day. It's a wonderful Sunday. And this is the first time we are testing 3 areas at the same time. We had this one being broadcasted on YouTube at the same time in one page, Sharon Adundo Financial Hikers, then there's Financial Hikers Forum. So again, I say it's a learning session. We are all about learning, and it's glad to have you all this Sunday. So today we have a topic that we had scheduled to share. And before we talk more about it, I would like to also introduce our admin here, fellow admin Beatrice Mburo. She's been away for a while. Beatrice, please welcome.
Good morning, America. Good evening, Kenya. My name is Beatrice again, like Sharon said. Last name is Mburo. And today we had a topic that we were supposed to tackle in different forums. Our guest, Lily Willy. Unfortunately, she was not supposed. She was not able to make it. She had an emergency. So today, instead of that, we're gonna schedule that for another day. Of course, she's gonna come back to us whenever she's ready. But since she canceled last minute, we're just gonna have this forum today as open. Any questions, any concerns that you think that we can talk about today, we're gonna leave it open. If you have any question, anything that you want us to answer, and then we'll also just talk a little bit about, life situation when something like this happen. What do you do next? And I give it to you back to Sharon.
Okay, thank you so much, Beatrice. So as you can see, the topic we have today is to learn Bitcoin mining. We are not going to talk about that today. We'll reschedule it for another day because our guests had emergencies. So we are here. We still want to proceed and at least introduce this Financial Hikers Forum. As I said before, it's being aired now in 3 areas. We have YouTube channel. We want to build our YouTube channel. So if you're watching here for the first time, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and also share, comment below, give us your suggestions, and we'll be glad to hear what you think. And again, for those who are joining for the first time wondering what Financial Hikers is, Financial Hikers is a group of people learning to manage their finances. We are learning to plan, save, invest. And the main purpose of doing that is because we would like to also learn to build generational wealth. We know our backgrounds. We know what we are struggling with. We know all the challenges we face, mostly experienced last year and is still being experienced this year. So our main purpose is to learn. We all need money as a form of exchange. Before money came in, people used to do barter trade system. Now we have money and people are transitioning to things like Bitcoin for payment and all that stuff. So we are all about empowering each other, educating each other to see how we can have a comfortable life. So again, since we've changed the topic, it's an open forum today. Wanted to at least introduce to you what Financial Hikers is. Our emphasis is the power of saving. What are you saving? Are you saving for rainy season? Are you saving for emergency? Are you saving to go to school? Are you saving to build a house? Are you saving to buy a land? So it's all about what you'd like to achieve by setting goals, by working on the goals and trying to change your life to be a better you of tomorrow. Other than that, I would like Beatrice to add on to anything she would like to say about Financial Hikers.
Thank you, Shannon. Thank you so much. So, like she said, Financial Hackers is all about empowering each other, making sure we are doing better each and every day. More so focused on saving. So once you save, what do you want to do with that saving? Some people save just like to see that money in their account, which people like me, sometimes I just love to log into my account and see there's something in there. and some people actually save for investment. So it all depends on what your saving goal is, and once you get to your goal, what next. So things like that are the things we talk about. We also have this open forum where we just have people come in, they talk to us about whatever they do in life, and through what somebody else does in life might encourage somebody else that is not there, where they are yet. Like most of the time, especially during COVID, where we have people who even cook to try to make ends meet, because right now we do realize a lot of companies are closed down, or they're not doing as at 100% level the way they used to before COVID season. But now people are finding other areas where they can make money. So it's not just one way traffic. You have to expand your horizon. You have to figure out if one area in your life is not working, what should you do? And all this boils down to just you being be having a set of mind or a set of goal in life, because it all starts like the way you prepare your mind, your mindset matters, because it starts from just simple things like making your bed when you wake up in the morning. It's gonna actually, how you call it, it gonna plan the day how it's going to go, and through that you build yourself, and you make yourself better. And hey, like I said, it has to it start from the mind, and then it goes up. So this forum has really helped me, especially with my savings, and staying focused. Sometimes I know I fall off, but I thank God for Sharon. She always put me back into back into track. Then we also have days when you just don't feel like waking up, but you still have a goal to meet for the day, so you still have to push yourself. And Sharon is that person that helps us to push ourselves, just even wake up in the morning and do what needs to be done for that particular day. Sharon, back to you.
Thank you so much, Beatrice. So, yeah, so it's all about empowering one another, lifting each other up. That's what we are all about. And some people misinterpret this name when they hear financial hikers. They think that we are hacking people's, scamming, hacking. We are not about that. We're about hiking, climbing to the greater heights. So if you didn't know, that's what we are all about. And again, I said it doesn't matter what profession you are. All that matters is what you're doing. And at the end of the day, it all goes down to money. How much are you getting at the end of it? And what do you do with the money you get? So our platform is to empower people to grow to greater heights. And it's about you. It's not about a group or something, or we're trying to make you do things or subscribe and pull ML, what do you call it? That someone had asked me if it's is it MLN, where you add two more people, you grow the chain and keep going. Do you know the name? I don't remember how to call it. The marketing, um, those marketing agencies. No, we are not. It's all about individual business. If you have a business area, we also tackle business. So it's a matter of empowering people and learning from one another. And there is no one perfect way of doing anything. So we share, and everybody has a choice to pick what works best for them. And we also learn in the process, because not everybody knows everything in this life. So what we share, people share their experiences, people share what has worked for them. Some also share where they failed, areas they made mistakes. So if you know you would like to work on yourself, on your finances, you're struggling with planning how your day is going to be, you're struggling with where you're working, or at this moment you don't have anything to do, we've shared so much in Financial Hikers Forum. People have shared even different lives, different testimonies, just to help you get out of that situation you think is impossible, to move to the next step. And it's not about competing with anybody else. You are competing with yourself. And if you see someone who can be able to move you, help you move to the next level, that's what we all care about. So again, the testing, whereby we're doing this in 3 forums. I'm not able to see any question or anybody viewing, but I would like to let you know, whoever is joining at this moment, the main topic we had today, our special guest had an emergency, so didn't show up. So it's an open forum. And we started by introducing financial hikers, what we are all about: planning, budgeting, planning, saving, investing. You work on yourself and your finances, or whatever you're doing, your profession. And then now it's an open session. Beatrice, do you have anything else to add?
No, I don't have anything to add to that because you said it perfectly, but I have a question actually for you. I might put you on the spot a little bit, but I think that's okay. So let me ask you, Sharon, what drives you? Because I see you wake up every single day and you have your makeup on and not a day that you're in your pajamas. So what drives you? Like what's your motivation? What drives you to do that? If you don't mind sharing.
Okay, I didn't know you're going to turn this thing around, because these are just like plan B that we executed. So, what drives me? Um, this mission, I would say, started all the way back in 2013 when I was in my low moments. I was in my low moments, and that time I would say I was almost giving up on myself. And I had these 2 small kids with me, and I had to figure out. That time I was also still self-employed, but the business was not working for me. And then I was just trying to figure out, we are in a strange land. We are here. We are far from our family members. That time, I, I we had only a few family members here. But at the end of the day, you find the bills and every responsibility is on you, regardless. Even if somebody was going to help you, they are not going to help you 100% or to your satisfaction. So the struggle made me think of, what other way can I do in order to make ends meet? Then later on, I realized that um, someone introduced me to insurance and life insurance and all that stuff. So by the time I went to that class and then I learned certification program, then there is a test period whereby you are told to approach your community and talk to them and see if they are interested in buying life insurance to help secure their futures. But the feedback I got wasn't good enough for me to proceed with being an insurance agent. So I realized that the basic that we all need, even the emergency needs, are not there. People are struggling in different ways. And this is a topic that our community, I would say our Black community, is not open, even in their families, to speak about money. You find maybe you're in a relationship with someone, or husband and wife, but there's no discussion about money. Everybody has, their secret account or whatever, and the communication is not something that can help people move to the next level. So through these struggles, through thinking, and then just the fact that someone could even borrow you even just $10 because they're broke, they couldn't do anything, made me think of, and this mission just came like, how can we help our community? How can we just now enlighten others? My background is in finance. I have an MBA in finance. So I'm passionate about money, calculations, and just simple maths. So I say, I can't help everybody also asking for money, but with the little education that I have, I can impact a life. And I know by passing knowledge will help the person also help the next person. And I'm just hoping through this mission that started, that the community, our community at large, will one day change. So, and besides that, whenever I wake up dressed up and just trying to look good for my day, it motivates me. It makes me look forward for the day. Sometimes I also feel like I'm down, but I just have to tell myself, like, I need to see a figure, a ready figure for the day. So I have to dress up and look good for my day. Those are what motivates me. And another thing, for this live session, I never used to keep time. I was so bad in time. Maybe you tell me to show up at 10 o'clock. I'll show up maybe at noon with a lot of excuses. So I figured that it's enough to give excuses. The only thing that can help me improve on that is learn to show up and learn to show up on time. So this is kind of a disciplinarian line for me as I'm also working on myself. And I would say there's a lot of improvement. And finally, I would say I never used to like speaking in front of people. And I made it upon myself that I start learning. And again, I keep saying this. I never used to speak English, like have a conversation, and I used to keep off whenever someone could start a conversation in English. That was one of the lines that I wasn't comfortable with. So I'm not the person who is so keen on, hey, oh, the English is broken or whatever. No, so long as you can communicate and you're passing a message, that's all I care about. So that's the summary. Back to you.
Okay. Thank you, Sharon. I'm sorry I had to put you on the spot on that one because I feel like you're my motivation too. Because whenever you call me and you're like pushing me, hey, you need to get up, you need to dress up, and I'm like, wow. Sometimes, honestly, sometimes I don't feel like it, but when I see that call, I remember one time I had to rush into the bathroom. I saw Sharon calling, and I had to rush into the bathroom to take a shower before I call her back. So those things like that. I mean, hey, it really helps, to be honest. Whenever you dress up, sit down and you're dressed up, things, even your mindset is different. You find yourself being more focused. You find yourself tackling even the most difficult things that you think you might have thought that you would not have done. But once you put your mindset that, hey, I'm going to tackle this goal. And I always tell myself, if it's too much, take a break. Take like maybe 15 minutes break, walk around, especially if you have a garden, go to the garden, go to the plants. I always feel that the plants has a way of programming your mind to focus. So I go out there, I look at the plants for like maybe 10-15 minutes, come back, sit down again, and whatever the problem that I was trying to solve that for that day, things start lining up. So yes, the dressing up part is a big deal because it helps your mindset. And I'm glad you say, like, just push yourself. My mom's motto used to be like, chaka chaka. Chaka chaka is a Luo word that says just start. Because once you start, you'll find yourself finishing. Even if you're doing maybe 5% of whatever it is you're trying to do, just the fact that you started it will push you through. And I'm glad that, that's something that all of us are working on. I'm a work in progress on that. And I'm glad for this forum because this forum has helped me grow not only financially but even mindset wise. You start thinking about bigger things. You don't want to think yourself like you want to see yourself somewhere, someday. So your mindset is totally different from where where I used to be back in the day. Anything else you want to add to that?
Just to add on that part of dressing, I know there are people who are comfortable in like working in their pajamas, but what I realized, like when before I started like just dressing up, even if I didn't have any plan for the day, um, uh, just staying in the pajama for me, and then maybe you go around, let's say you're still in the house and you're in the pajama, then you see that bed that is not spread, you just say, hey, let me just lay down here 5 minutes. And then maybe you are working on your computer or the phone or whatever means you have, then you'll realize that whatever you can do when dressed up and when laying down or being in bed, there's a big difference. So I just decided to say, no, I have to wake up. I have to spread that bed so that I don't get tempted to go back in there and cover myself with a blanket because I don't want to be tempted to doze off. And when you doze off and the business you had, business to handle, phone calls to make, people are not going to wait for you, and then you push it to the next day, and then you keep pushing, and that's what builds up to procrastination. um, we always have like a list. I write down what I would like to accomplish for the day. I know most of the times, sometimes I don't accomplish everything, but at least if you have a list and you make sure you work on it, you won't be able to work on it while laying on that bed. And then I realize also when you're speaking, when you're in your pajama, there's just a way your voice is coiled. Like, it's like you're not ready or you're sounding so tired. So those are some of the things. If like my work, most of the day I speak. I have to be on the phone and I have to think. So I don't think I'll be thinking while laying down on the bed and just trying to talk while laying down or just coiled in the bed. It will sound like either I'm not ready or I'm not sure what I'm speaking about. So those are some of the things that made me push myself to sound better in order to be able to improve in delivering or pursuing what I'm doing. So that's what I wanted to add. Are you able to see any comments? I'm not seeing. Just in case you have any questions, I guess we'll answer that when they start showing up. Let me see. Okay, so, and I wanted to ask you a question, Beatrice. So you see, we had a plan. We had a plan, and the plan, this is also one of the emergency situations that we need to know how to work with. If you have a plan and the plan doesn't work, like in this case, we had hosting plan, do you always have a plan B? And if you do, how do you handle it?
Thank you, Sharon, for asking that. So, my thing with lifestyle wise, like I always have plan A and plan B. So if plan A does not work, I always try to go for plan B, and sometimes I even have plan C. I try not to have so many plans because when you have too many plans, A, B, C, D, then now it takes away from plan A. So anyway, as much as you're trying to have plan B, your focus should still should still stay on plan A. And that's just like, when you're dealing with things like life wise. But now we're talking about live shows, where the person did not show up. Like today we had a guest schedule, but then she did not show up. So in that sense, we could have decided, hey, let's just cancel the show. But that, what are we doing to our audience? We're not being we're being biased to our audience. I mean, we're not doing good to our audience by doing that. So we decided to, hey, just because we did not have a guest does not mean the show stopped. And that even happens in things like business. Just because you don't have a customer coming, does it mean you're going to stop opening your shop because the customers didn't show up today? So tomorrow, you're not going to open up the show. You still have to keep pushing, and that's just anything in real life situation. Just because one didn't work does not mean it stops there. You still have to keep pushing yourself, still wake up, still dress up, still do what needs to be done. If plan A didn't go well, try to do plan B. If B does not work, try C. And at one point, trust me, all this plan B and C will meet plan A in the middle. And I think that's how we should handle it. What do you think?
Yeah, that's a good explanation, and I like how you used business customer not showing up as an example. Um, it's a perfect example of current situation whereby we have several businesses, being messed up. So you find even in business, you need to start thinking if you're experiencing that challenge, like, hey, this things seems not to be working well. What's my plan B for this? Or if people are still not showing up, are you going to close your shop? Or do you need to find a solution on how to make it happen? Or do you now need to start thinking of how you're going to contact or advertise more or reach out to the customers you're expecting in order to deliver to them? Yeah, so that's a perfect example you said. I'd like to dwell on that customer service thing in a different way. Since I'm in business, and today is an open topic, so we'll jump from one thing to the other anyway. So since I'm in business, again, I like speaking about business. Um, I realize that sometimes it's tough to change, to let go. But if it's tough for you to let go, look for a cushion, supporting thing to help support or cushion the business that you love. Because you find, I'll use an example. Today I watched a video whereby someone was sharing about all things that we used to have, like long before we used to have carbon copy. When writing, you find you put a carbon paper in between the two papers in order to write. Or we used to go to the call box. We never used to have cell phones. I'm talking about my age group. I guess millennials, I won't understand this. We used to have phone book used to be on a piece of paper. There were small books, written phone books. That's where we could list all the numbers of our friends and relatives. And then when you wanted to call, you look at your phone book. Alternatively, there were phone books at the booths, the phone booth, whereby you go open different offices. So they were listed over there. They had to pay to be listed in there, so that at least you go look for the number and call. Nowadays we have phone. We store all those things on the phone. Again, we used to have typewriters. We used to have faxes, like everything was just majorly fax, but now we have virtual fax. So what I'm trying to say in general is, it looks to me like we are in a transition session right now. So many new things are coming up, so many old things are being surfaced out. So we need to, I normally say, speak to yourself, speak to your mind, to start transitioning, to look for new alternative ways of doing things, because things are getting rough in different ways, and we are still dealing with this COVID, and it's not getting any better. So we need to find ways to improve. And if your line is not doing well right now, or if the business, most of it is closing down, see if you can even look for someone to walk you through some kind of job maybe they're doing. If you need to start training on something, see how you can enroll. Some people are even training people for, I would call it free for now, with the hope of helping you get a job, because the job market is on demand. Then you'll pay later when you start working. So look around, ask people for help, so that you can start transitioning before it's too late for you to be able to take care of your bills. There are so many people. Example, even here in America, I'm just using it as an example. Mortgage companies, they were looking for underwriters. So many people were training, and then with the hope of you sign an agreement, then the market is there. Then once you start working, then you have a payment plan to pay the money back. So until you learn to ask, what I've known in this world is there's always a solution for everything, and it's us human beings making decisions. So a human being can twist that and make it work in your favor. So don't just say it's not possible. It's not possible. Oh, I know that's not going to happen. The way you block your mind that it's not possible, your mind registers and have it like nothing is possible. You're stuck. Learn to survive like it's possible, and it's a human being making these rules, and I know a human being can make it work on to my favor. That's how I've been surviving. And even when I'm in rough situations, I take that phone call and try to even negotiate or ask for what I don't even know, and ask to speak to a manager, because I feel like somebody somewhere can help solve the situation that I have, or can help provide for me a solution. Beatrice, do you have anything to add on to that, or a new thing to speak?
Yes, I would like to add something to that. I'm glad you said that. And also actually networking. I know right now a lot of people, during COVID, a lot of people we don't do the face-to-face talks, or being in gatherings and stuff like that. But still, the networking still helps a lot. Even if you're just network nowadays, at least, even though we don't see each other like that, but there's forums, like there's WhatsApp groups where people network. Man, the other day I was watching Jalang, and they even have a WhatsApp group for people who drive BMW. So to me, it's not like, I mean, I was like wow. To me, it touched me in a different way, because some people are like, oh, that's being whatever, showing off. But I'm like, no, they're not showing off, because whenever they're going out there to drive their BMWs, you don't know what information they're sharing with each other. So things like that, form a WhatsApp group. If you guys don't want to meet up, like, during COVID, form a WhatsApp group where you share information. Somebody might have something that you're really looking for. Back to you.
Oh, you made me remember another point too here, like that sharing and forming networking through WhatsApp group. We need to learn to see like a motivating factor. What positive thing can you pick out of there? Let us not have the mindset of just, hey, the first thing that hits you is that negative comment. And if you look at online, those who are used to giving negative comments on such things, you find they get stressed inwardly. How about you try to change your mind and see, hey, they're driving it. How can I also, they're just regular people. How can I also get it or get something else? So, get whatever you've been longing for or thinking it's impossible. You find those are what they dreamt of or they long to have in life, their life dreams. People have their life dream or dream cars and all that stuff. So if they manage to get to that level, look it as a motivation to see that I can also do it. I can also get what I'm dreaming about, or even if it's just a plot or just a business. Learn to train your mind to think positive or to see good in people. And by that, watch your comments. Whenever you comment anywhere, you don't know who's reading, and you don't know, maybe whoever is reading was the person who was going to help you unlock the next level of your life. So be very careful online. And as far as the groups are concerned, I realize also, like the networking session, there's this, we also have Zoom. There is, again, it seems to be a little bit out of topic, but there is a friend who is undergoing through a treatment session like chemotherapy. And since it started, we've been meeting through Zoom, having prayers, and then next, just sharing, being with her throughout the Zoom session. And it kind of helps someone feel like they're not alone. And then through that, you find once in a while, people share, people, you meet new people. And that is also a new form of networking because people cannot meet physically. There's so many systems of meeting out, so we can utilize those, even just being in constructive groups in Facebook and not being just the silent follower. If you're just silent follower throughout, not even giving, maybe someone asks a question, you really know the answer, but you're holding on to your answer. Do you think that's fair? It's not fair. Sharing information, just even pointing direction, helps build the community. So that's what we are all about, just encouraging in financial hikers. There's some people, and I know there was somebody who knew something and a certain cause, and by the time I was trying to ask information, they didn't want to share, saying that the coast will be flooded. I say the world is so big and there are so many different opportunities. So you're holding back onto information that somebody else also shared with you because you don't want the place to be flooded. If you're that particular type of person, pause and ask yourself, are you enjoying by yourself and you feel good when your network, your surrounding is broke? Or do you want to have an empowered people around you? If you are the only person doing good and you feel good that you're the only person doing good in your network, then you have a problem. Learn to have one or two people you can walk around with, along with, and try to improve their life. If you see the next person, ask, how do you do this, or how can I achieve this, or how can I make this happen? But don't be the type that just holds. It doesn't go a long way. Yes, that's what I wanted to share in that line. Anything else, Abito?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. I just want to expound on that. You know what you just said about don't be the one that is stingy. I call it being stingy with information. Don't be stingy with information. It does not hurt to share that information with somebody else. Because as much as yes, maybe you're in the same business, everybody has their own customers. My customers and Sharon's customers might not be the same. I live in Houston. Sharon lives in Dallas. So that Dallas, Sharon might tackle the Dallas crew. I might tackle the Houston crew. So sharing information is a very wise thing to do anyways. And also when you share, you also get information from other people. So it's a give and take situation.
Other than that, I see time is winding up. And since this was just an open forum, we didn't have, this was a plan B that we came with, to share and introducing our three lines. I would like to say thank you all for joining. And Abito, do you have anything to add on before we wind up the session?
Not really, but I just want to say thank you guys for watching. I know we kind of disappointed you. The person didn't show up, but hey, we're gonna schedule her for a different date. Hopefully, she'll be able to make it next time. But we do apologize, and hopefully, all this did not mess anybody up. I know a lot of people are looking forward to hear more about Bitcoin, because that's where a lot of people are, a lot of people are trading right now, and most probably you guys had a lot of questions to ask. But just keep those questions. We're going to schedule again on a different date that she's going to be available. Thank you, guys.
Okay, thank you so much, and thank you for those who tune in. And again, if you have any questions, if you have any topics you'd like to share, if you know something that can help the next person, that's all we care about. And again, remember, we are just sharing our opinions, what has worked for us, what we've gone through, and we meet at the money table. That's how I call it. It doesn't matter whether you're a cleaner, it doesn't matter whether you're a business person or whether you're a teacher, you're a nurse. At the end of the day, we go to work to get money to pay our bills, to live a better life, to take care of our family, emergency. So you don't have to wait till you think you have a lot of money to start planning or budgeting or talking about money. So long as any money that comes your way, that's what I normally say, no money is too little to be managed. You have to learn to speak and see how to distribute it and how to grow it and how to improve yourself. And again, no one is perfect and there's no perfect way of doing anything. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for our new venture that we started today. We have the YouTube channel. Please help us grow it. Subscribe, like, comment, give us thumbs up in the channel, because we have a mission to fulfill, and the mission has started, and we'll be glad to have you grow with us. Until then, if you have any question you'd like us to share, reach out to any of the admins and we'll be glad to schedule you. And remember, it's all about financial empowerment and building generational wealth in our community. Thank you, everybody, and have a lovely Sunday.
Happy Sunday, everybody. Thank you for watching.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.